playoff or no playoff? I know we've made our predictions, but let's make it a kind of a side betting.
You know, I'm on the fence on this one, but I do kind of tilt towards a playoff. But I think it's going to be a 2-player playoff as opposed to a 6. That would be too much.
Yeah.
I do expect somebody below Fabi to win. I don't know who. I expect Fabi to hold a draw.
There's going to be a playoff between Fabiano Caruana and my guy, Praggnanandhaa.
Oh, that's a very specific and quite a bold prediction.
But I have to cheer for my prediction.
As you should. As we see a Catalan, G2, G3, and this will certainly not come as a surprise to Fabi. Fabi knows Anish very well, as we see from his record, but also the Catalan has just become so fashionable these days. I mean, he's just reflecting and going through the files of what line of the Catalan to play.
Any reason why he's delayed developing the knight? So d5 on the board.
You mean not? Yes.
Any sophisticated attempts at move ordering? Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. I always think about that. Why do they not play knight f3 on move 3? Why do they play g3? Why are you playing bishop
Decision
g3?
time, knight to d2.
Okay. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons, because now, if black would have captured on c4, that'd be a bad move.
Queen.
Unlike with the knight on f3.
Because there's...
So that's one of the reasons, to put the bishop on g2.
If that would be the blunder, as Miro is saying, queen check, knight here. Whoops. And who hasn't fallen for this type of a cheapo in their career? I certainly have. So
I have fallen for one of these queen a4 checks or queen a5 checks in reverse.
Yes.
But always when the bishop is on g5. Somehow.
It's far away.
yeah.
That's a common one.
Jim Blackwood got me in an open Sicilian where queen a5 check picked off a bishop that was on
It happened to me
g5.
in the Tromposki when I was a kid.
Yes.
And from then on, I had to play, because you can't resign in 3 moves. So I
Right.
then had to play the rest of the game piece down as if nothing had happened. And everyone's looking at this kid like, why are you doing this to yourself?
And we do have more moves, by
Castles.
the way. Castles. Knight f3. Well, if Fabi wanted to consider capturing the pawn, now he can.
Now you
d5.
can. But yes, that's what they
Very
do.
quickly.
They play b6.
Because the knight is now on a lesser square.
Yeah, and that's a funny one, because some normal moves I expect, like castle, bishop b7, let's say.
Yep.
Later on, the bishop goes to e7. You would think black has lost the tempo, right? But in fact, the knight on d2 is so bad that black argues, you know what? I've won a tempo.
Right.
And there've been examples of white players.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And King D5 was Anish's move. It's such a compelling move. You're threatening to play Rook C7 check. You're driving the king towards where it's going to be in mating patterns, thanks to the very active white pieces. The Rook, King, and Knight combine very, very nicely in many of these patterns for checkmate. And for Ali Reza and Prague in the other game, the winner of that game would win clear first.
Win the event.
Yeah, clear first. Rook takes A4, and here we're about to see Rook C7 check, and I wouldn't be surprised if
Fabiano just throws in the towel.
At that moment, yeah.
But it's heartbreaking to do.
Totally.
And 5 minutes on the clock. Fabiano's king marches to the back row, takes a step towards the back rank.
And we're expecting
King E6, weave that mating net around the black king.
Exactly, that's exactly the way to go. King E6.
Yep. Sure enough, it comes.
Okay.
King to D8, attacking the rook. Again, Fabiano is just making these moves because the alternative is just to resign. And we have Rook C4 on the board and a resignation from Fabiano Caruana.
What?
Wow. Anish playing the role of spoiler. He moves to 50%, but a heartbreaking finish there for Fabiano. And we have to
say role of spoiler, by the way. I can't even think of another game that so exemplifies what it is to be a spoiler. I mean, poor Fabi, he's playing against the number 7, the player is 7th in the tournament, who plays a brilliant game. Our congratulations to Anish. We're going to jump quickly to Prague.